So actually getting the whole thing started, we're past that, which means we can all relax. Now, up next, in order to get our head straight and in order to get even more of that Toastmaster feeling, for the next 3/4 of an hour, we're going to have Kees back in front. And he will talk about something that's so important. Because, you know, some people think about, for example, going to a Toastmasters meeting or to any kind of presentation skills training and learning some things and then doing them. Think of these like, imagine that you make a decision that on a Monday, you take your toothbrush and you brush your teeth for half an hour. And then the rest of the week you don't brush at all. If I were doing that, I wouldn't want to be in the skin of someone who's talking to me by Thursday. The idea of hygiene, for example, is to do it in small doses and constantly, rather than once in a big, large dose and then not at all. Same thing with many other things. It's not doing things once, but it's developing common practice, developing a habit. And with this in mind, I would like to welcome our District Governor, Kees. Next, you can bring the line and your
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to what is labeled as a training. I would not print that with a capital T, but just with a lowercase t, because I think on an occasion like this, so short before the contest, is there really anyone interested in training? Okay, I admit it. I'm a Toastmaster junkie. In the morning, when I get up, I look in the mirror, where leaders are mad. Especially the district governor. I have toast for breakfast. I have toast for lunch. I have toast for dinner. My wife, she doesn't even touch the toaster. It might be contaminated. I am super toaster. How did it all happen? When I was a schoolboy, I was the shyest boy in class. If someone was asked to volunteer, watching my fingernails or looking up the side. Until one day, the teacher nailed my dead son. He said, "Class, listen up. I have a message for you today. In the next few weeks, I want you to prepare a speech and deliver that speech in front of class." Did I hear what I was hearing? I did not have to wait very long. "Yes, you too, Kees blows." Panic. I went home. Just didn't know what to do. I went to my uncle, not my dad, but you know how the relationship is as a young boy between dad and the son. So I went to my uncle, he managed to calm me down. He said, "What do you like?" "What do I like?" "I really like geography." He said, "Okay, why don't we do something about geography?" Is there anyone in the room here older than me? So maybe some people don't know exactly how geography lessons went there. You were shown a blind map. Looks a bit like a fish. But I know which place that is. Bucharest!
Oh, was it?
No.
But it is to the left?
Yes.
What's that then? What's that then? What's that then? What's that then? That is how geography was taught then. The teacher would point to this spot and the class would yell out, "Listen." That was my speech, talking about these cities. But the teacher was very good. He gave me a very friendly evaluation. So friendly that I never, ever did a speech again. Wait a minute, I'm talking to you now. So where did the change come in? Because something must have changed. 14 years later, I went to university for the very first time in my life. At a very adult age. To do a master's degree, and part of the course was a communication course. And in the communication course I had to write a speech, prepare the speech, deliver the speech. Don't they say lightning strikes twice? My second death sentence. Buff. Talked to someone and that person said, "Why don't you go to Toastmasters?" Toastmasters? What was that? He explained it and I thought, okay, maybe why not? Let's see where there is a Toastmaster club. And I know that Andre told you all to switch off your mobile devices. I ask you to switch them on again. Because why don't we have a journey together and look what was happening here? I want you to go into some form of map, Google Maps, map, whatever you like. And I'm pretty sure there's somebody in your neighborhood who can do the exercise with you. Because we want to get a bit active, we want to train, yes?
Okay.
So, what I want you to do is look up that one. English tongue.
Not found.
Okay.
And then there's always a button where you can find for directions. So what I would like you to do is find the direction to this address.
There's no route found.
Say again?
Can't find the culture code incident.
Did it disappear overnight?
It's 4 minutes.
What is roughly the distance between those two places?
1.3 kilometers.
1.3 kilometers. The first place, Orchard Road, is the place I was living. The second address is where the club was. I was 1.2 kilometers away from a Toastmaster club. And I know Carlin was talking about his dream of many, many clubs in Romania. I share that dream. I do share that dream for the district. I want to be having Toastmasters clubs everywhere. that is another vision I have too, which I will push. That people will be able to do the program in their native language. So there is a couple of things to do. Anyway, I went to that club and I was very friendly welcomed. And I said, could I do a speech here? I said, no, of course, but not today, because we already have 3 speakers. But in 2 weeks' time, there will be an open slot, we will put you on the slot. So 2 weeks later, I walked to the club, I did my speech, and there was a coffee break. And in the coffee break, a lady came up to me and said, what a fantastic speech. It was almost number 5 in the CC manual. What the hell was she talking about? She was doing something that we have a label for. And it is called the curse of knowledge. Some of you may be familiar with that term.
Yeah.
Some not. It is when people think that you know it all, and that you know it as well. And they just kind of peel off and come down to a level where we can communicate. And I would like to do an experiment to show you the curse of knowledge. I need someone out of the room who is very musical. Anyone to volunteer.
That's me sing.
Yes, okay, please come here. Joanna, welcome. I have an exercise to do.
Okay.
How are you? Don't say anything, just read this.
Okay.
Do you know that song?
Yeah.
Okay. What I want you to do is tap that song. So,
Okay.
yeah? What, because these are your listeners, what do you think, how many people in this room will be able to guess this song?
I'd say about 75%.
75%. Did we all listen? 75%. When you think you recognize the song, zip up. I don't want anyone to yell out. Just listen and see if you are able to guess.
So can I start? I can start, right?
It's up to you. Things. They know the song. Hands up. Can you have a look? How many hands we have?
75. Oh, come on!
1, 2. Hands up.
You all know
About
the
1, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah,
5.
so not even 10%.
And the rest go.
Is that about 75%?
No.
That I have. We know the song, but we don't know how why it's starting that song. That's the difference. That's the missing section.
Well, I did my job, so.
Would you...
Was that in C minor?
I can tap it too.
Would,
I think I know.
would you agree that your estimation of 75% was a little bit on the high side?
Yes.
Are you disappointed?
Yeah.
About yourself or your
No,
audience?
about my tapping, about my tapping. Because you're great. I'm sure you know the song. So yeah, my tapping was bad.
Okay, so one of the people who thought that what the song was, can you reveal it or?
I don't know if I'm correct, but maybe it's Queen, we are the champions.
No, it was
Yay!
It was Happy Birthday. Why is it? This is what we call the curse of knowledge. Because
I had it, right?
she had it in her head, the song, and she knew the title of the song. And therefore, she thought, oh, everyone does recognize this. Why did I choose this song? Because this week, that division governor of ours did have his birthday. Please join me. Thank you so much for this exercise. Please. This is an exercise that wasn't invented by me. It was actually done, and we had a group of listeners and a group of tappers, and 120 songs were tapped out, and only 3 were guessed. So 3 out of 120 songs, and this was done by Elizabeth Newton already in 1990 at Stanford University. Curse of knowledge. Think about it. When you got up this morning, what was the first thing you did? No specifics, but you have to
Open my eyes.
open your eyes.
Turn off the alarm.
Turn off the alarm.
Wash my face. Wash my face.
What's not?
Check why the hell did my cell phone ring?
Okay. Why your cell phone didn't ring? Yesterday when you woke up, what did you do?
Got back to sleep.
Did about the same thing. What is it that I'm getting to? Habits. Habits are part of us. Automatically or not automatically. They are essential to us. Because imagine you get in your car this morning. How do I start this thing? How do I draw? There is a habit ingrained in your mind to get you in the car, switch the key or button, depending on model, put it in gear and start moving. It is an automatism. It was already William James who in 1892, a long time ago, said that all our lives, so far as it has definite form, is but a mass of habits. He is known as the founder of psychology in America at Harvard. So this thing of habits is with us for a long time. Who hasn't been in a situation where you wanted to try to kick the habit? What I would like to say today is that we should use habit and instill a Toastmaster habit. You going to a regular meeting? Toastmaster meeting?
Yeah.
Yes.
Remember.
Always.
So you want to be formal?
Yes, you remember Is there anything in particular you do prior to setting off to the meeting?
Drink.
Agenda. Anything else you can think of? Anyone in the room? Is there anything in particular you do prior to the meeting?
Check easy speed.
Check easy speed.
The agenda.
I print 30 copies of the agenda.
Copies of the agenda.
Check the
Bring that attendance sheet.
Print the attendance sheet.
You have the badge on the table.
I turn on the air conditioner.
Turn on the air conditioner.
Take my manual.
Getting up.
Take your manuals with you.
Check that the place is available.
Check if the place is available.
Call potential numbers.
If I go back to checking if the place is available, are you performing that same thing every single meeting?
Yes.
Every single meeting.
I check out my camera.
Check out your camera. So everyone has something different prior to the meeting. When the meeting is over, gone. Is there something else that you customly do?
Drink a beer, talk to them.
Drink a beer.
Read
Talk to members, guests,
Give feedback. Give feedback.
give feedback,
Socializing.
socializing. Anything else?
Close the air.
Second,
Close the air.
goes again. These two elements we have been talking about now is to do with nurturing the Toastmaster habit. What you will see is that we can talk about the Toastmaster habit alone, and it has a cue. That cue is checking easy speed, or printing out agendas, checking out if the room is available. All the things that were mentioned here in the group, it is a cue. The cue in such a way that it tells your body, hey, it's Toastmasters! Oh, don't think I go to it. It is a cue. The other thing we were talking about is the reward. Someone has a beer after the meeting. Probably every time, indeed, after the meeting. It's a cue, it's a reward. In between, what we do, we develop a routine. The routine being, in this case, the Toastmaster meeting. So as soon we go back to this car drive, where you hop in the car and automatically turn the key, Toastmaster habit should be almost of the same. And as soon as that has been achieved, you will maintain your members and retain your members. But these three elements by themselves are not enough. You need a drive, you need a motor, the why. Or, as I say, a craving. Why is it that you go to a Toastmaster meeting? Why? Yes, I'm talking to you.
Public speaking is all that is about my life.
So that's your craving. Public speaking. If I want to tap you on the shoulder at 3 o'clock at night, public speaking, public speaking, public speaking.
I do that already.
Why is it that you go to a meeting?
Confidence.
Build up confidence. Why is it that you go to a meeting?
To develop myself and my skills.
To develop yourself. Why is it that you go to a meeting?
For me and my friends.
For you and your friend.
For me and my friends.
Me and my friends.
First was a reality check.
Reality check. Are you still alive?
Love.
Love?
Learn.
Learn. We triggered the cue in him, eh? Challenge yourself. What do you get out of these answers? There are a zillion reasons why someone goes to Toastmasters. How do you package all these reasons to make it available to everyone? That's where the programs come in. Finally, there's one crucial element missing in this scheme. And I know Toastmasters has nothing to do with religion, sexual orientation. It is as neutral as you can get. However, if you go to a Toastmaster meeting because you want to improve yourself, you go through your manual, you go through the CC manual, let's take that as an example. You go through the 10 speeches. When you've done that, you are recognized as a competent communicator. How many Toastmasters you think at that point say, okay, I'm done, and walk away from their class?
More than that.
A lot.
Over 80%.
A lot. And why? Because they think that they have reached the maximum. And it is up to us, old diehards, to keep these people motivated and back. To keep them believing in that there is still room for improvement. What we need is belief. You have to believe that you can improve. You have to believe that you can become a better speaker. You have to believe that you're going to be a champion today. If you turn up today at this contest, you think, okay, see what happens. Won't happen. Won't happen at all. But if you turn up here today and say, I'm going to nail that contest, I'm going to win that contest, you're halfway through to winning the contest. Believe in what you do. And that can be greatly helped by instilling in yourself the Toastmaster habit. Some of this material today I've given is found in 2 books I would like to recommend. I've brought them along. Now I thought it was already one missing, but it was used by a fellow Toastmaster. One is called Made to Stick. It is full of tips on how you can have your message stick. I think it's written in a way that it's very easily grasped. And the other one to do with habit is called The Power of Habit, which, again, be honest with you, I hate reading. I love talking. But when I had these books, it took me about a day to read it. I read it from cover to cover, which means something in my world. So I would say you may be able to download it or get a copy through Amazon or whatever platforms are available in Romania. But I would highly recommend them to you if you would like to improve your speaking and having your message stick. And with that, I hope that I achieved something of that in my presentation today. and I wish all the contestants all the best for today, be it in the Romanian or English contest. And toi toi toi, thank you for listening.